Alrighty, so the next face design that we're going to do for Christmas is the Santa. So Santa is a hat, his rosy cheeks and his beard. It's pretty simple to do. The design I'm going to show you can also be converted into just Mrs. Claus or an elf. So the first thing I'm going to do is just show you the colors that I use. So obviously I use red for the Santa hat. We use white, of course. I'm going to be using my metallic pinks, but you can use any pinks, and black. If you're going to convert this into a elf, then you use your red and your green, on the hat instead of just plain red. So, and it'll be stripes, so you can just go red, green, red, green, red, green. So the first thing to do for your Santa, I'm using a half-sized flat brush. You can use half or 3/4. Don't use anything bigger than that. And we're going to pick up the red. Now you need at least probably a little bit just here, like I'd say about 1/2 inch, if that, above the eyebrows, and we'll pretend that that is going to be where the fluff of the Santa hat is. Now you don't want it to be too big, so don't go past the eyebrows. Make a line so you can see where the hat's going to be. Using the tip of your brush, you can do the outlines that you need to give you an idea of how big your Santa hat is going to be before you fill it in. I might make it a little bit fatter there. So I'm happy with that outline. So you just get the red onto your paintbrush and you fill it in. And like I said, with the hat, if you're doing a elf, you just go one stroke of red, and then the next stroke would be green, then red, then green, then red. So it'd look like a red and green candy cane going all the way down. But we're doing Santa. Alrighty, so that's the hat. I know it looks a bit silly at the moment. So that's the red. Now, while this is drying up a bit, you get your pink. Now, I'm just using my little metallic pink at the moment. You want a light pink. You don't want anything too dark, because what we're going to do with this on the sponge is we're going to dab on the rosy cheeks. Now, Santa, elves, and Mrs. Claus all have rosy cheeks. Like so. And a little bit on the nose. Now, if you're doing Mrs. Claus or you're doing a girl, then you go onto the eyes. You can also do that for the elves. For Santa or boys, you don't have to. So I'm just going to show you anyway. So that's what you're looking for. Voila. Now, if this is still not dry, Mine is, it dries really quickly. So then you can start on the beard first, but mine's nice and dry, so I'm going to start at the top. So you get your white on a sponge, bend the corners of your sponge in so it's a bit round, and you go. Now if you do this like I've done, just get a clean sponge, or even better, just your towel, some water. I'm very messy, so just wipe it off. You're going to do the same thing, corners in, make it round. Like so. And the white is really showing up on my forehead, so I'm going to give it another go. No, that's better. Like that. So that's what we're looking for. So if you're doing Mrs. Claus, you do the eyes. For Santa, obviously, we're not going to do that. See? Now, for Santa Claus to continue, you do the beard. So you go under the nose. His mustache. All the way up for his beard. Ho, ho, ho. Alrighty. So that's the Santa colours on. So the last bit that you do with Santa, Mrs. Claus, all the rest is number 2 brush, round, black, and we'll do the outline. So I like to start on the hat first. Sorry if my hand's in the way. You're using the tip of the brush, push down to make a bit more of a fat outline. Pretend like there's for hats, you like to pretend that there's wrinkles where the hat would be sitting, especially a Santa hat, because it's falling down the face. Like so. So this one, you're gonna do some loose outlines. Like so. And we do this one. Now the pom-pom, it's always good to move away from where the pom-pom is hanging. So I do pom-poms. Some people like to do bells, which are just the yellow with the lines. I like the pom-poms, it's quicker to do. And then of course the beard. Like that. Now you don't have to go all out, but that's what I prefer to do. Now you can have Santa like this, or if you're feeling a little bit more special, Santa does have glasses, so you can paint in his spectacles. Half moons for Santa Claus. Like so. And that's Santa. I don't normally do the spectacles. I usually just leave it with the nose and the cheeks and the beard. It's enough, especially when you've got a long line. So this is the quick and easy. Some people don't want the beard. Some people just want the Santa hat. Just put the Santa hat on. If it's an elf, once again, it's just red, green, red, green, red, green. You can do a bell on that one. And then the rosy cheeks and nose with the eyes. You can do that. And for Mrs. Claus, it's the hat, the rosy cheeks, the nose, the eyes, and you can put little eyelashes coming off the edge like that. And that's it.